You saw something muffled up there, bud. Hey, it sounded like you got something wrong with your nose. Hey, but you sound good. 𝙐𝙗𝙘𝙡𝙃 California. Up there on that YouTube, my man. Alright, 25-1, that's better. Dad might be a few decent. 25-1, have a good day. 605, sunny California. Hello, 699, how about that? I'm good, bud. California, you get there. Over here on the west side. Yeah, it's about 99 outside right now. It's almost at about 100. They say tomorrow it's going to be 103, so I don't know. We're going to have to wait and see. 05, working this wireless microphone. Hey, man, there's a whole bunch of in there. You come in nice and clean. Put on your name there, brother. Check, 73 is 1209. From California, calling 686.
Hey Ben-Hur, how's it going, man? Welcome to 𝙐𝙗𝙘𝙡𝙃. Good to see you in here, man. You been doing all right?
There's a lot of them in there. It's real rough and tough, man. There's a lot of them. We got you at that time. Aloha. Hola, Pensacola.
Just got back from Florida vacation. Nice, man. Nice. I wish I could do a vacation, but I would have no idea where to go, man. It's me. If you could go anywhere for a vacation for like 2 weeks, where would you go? I'm like, hell, I don't know. Scotland, maybe? I don't know. 76 California Mobile. 76 California Mobile, United Delta X-Ray 786 out here in South Carolina. Hello, John. Good to hear you in there, man. You're definitely making the trip to South Carolina. There's a couple of them in there with you, but I got you in here, man. You sounding good out here on the East Coast, man. Damn, I lost him. Been to all 48, Mexico, Grand Cayman, Cozumel, Jamaica. Damn. You've been around, ain't you? I've been in probably half of the states, like the eastern half of the states from Texas out to South Carolina, Florida, all the way up to Maine, all that. But I did go on a cruise one time to, yeah, that's annoying. I did go on a cruise one time to, Nassau, Bahamas. It was a 4-day cruise. And it was decent. I mean, it wasn't what I was expecting, but it was decent. I mean, it was okay. Spent way too much money. But I did. Me and my big brother went to a pirate museum, and they had a replica of a pirate ship inside the building. But it was a replica of the ship where you could walk across the different decks of the ship. You know, this is where they kept the food and the livestock. They kept goats for milk and cheese and all this kind of stuff. It was a whole, like, the history of pirate ships in the Caribbean. It was pretty cool. Rubberneck, how you doing? Good to see you in here. Good to see you in here. Glad you made it. And torpedo heat too. Jeez. Y'all must have your notifications turned on or something. I don't think there's a whole lot going on in CB. I mean, there's a few of them out there, but it's like fading in and out, in and out, in and out. There's nothing steady, you know. This might turn into story time. I have a story in mind that I've been wanting to tell, and I know at least one person that wants to hear it. It's about heroes. And this thing happened when I was about probably somewhere between 12 and 13. But it's a whole, I mean, it's a it's a hell of a story. I know how that goes, Ben-Hur, with all the subs, and you got notifications for all of them. Like every time I go away from, you know, I'll run to town and do some shopping or whatever. I get back and I got like 85 or 140 damn notifications. I'm like, holy crap. Rolling in from Oklahoma. What, you coming home from passing through? Yeah, Rubberneck, it depends on the conditions, you know, not necessarily the weather, but it depends on, I mean, so many things that mess with radio transmissions, like solar flares, magnetic fields, all of this. And it depends on, even the time of year is different. Like in the fall, I'll be talking to Western Europe. I can get like Spain, Portugal, France, Italy, Germany, Netherlands. I can get all over Western Europe, but I can't hear like anything west of me. But the rest of the year, I'm like, all I got is west and a little bit north and a little bit south. Most of the time, it's all west, like anywhere from like Oklahoma, Texas, out to California, Oregon, Nevada. It depends on the time of year, the atmospheric conditions. It changes all the time. There's no guarantee that you're gonna get to, like from my place in South Carolina, I've talked to Washington, but that's not saying I can do it all the time. I mean, I do it once in a while, but it's not a constant thing. You know, everything changes. Okay, so you got to ride up there and take care of things at the farm in Oklahoma every once in a while. You know, there's upkeep and all that kind of. I get it. frequency and flows. Yeah, that's about it. I mean, like now I'm picking up a bunch of people, but I mean, tomorrow night at this time, tomorrow afternoon at this time, I might not have anything. I might have even more than this. You know, you never know until you turn the radio on. Yeah. I got a couple of bases. One is actually, I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but this is the one I got hooked up right now. It's a mobile, but there's one sitting on the behind it. That's the back of it right there. And then the cover, the faceplate's pointed that way. That's a 𝙐𝙘𝙘𝙧 Washington that needs some work. I'd like to get it straightened out where I can fire back up again. Bye, sweaty. I ain't dealing with that shit. Hi, Granny's Corner. How you doing? Thanks for coming in. Good to be in here. Let me see if I can... I don't know if I can get over there to it or not, but let me see if I can go get that base. Maybe I can show it to you guys. Might take me a minute. That's the thing about having something in the shed with a flat top on it. It collects like everything. I don't know if I can fit this thing between the camera and that other radio or not. Oh. But this is a 𝙐𝙘𝙘𝙧 Washington base. It's got extra channels and all that junk in it, but she needs some work. I need to get her fixed, but I don't have the I need. I could do the work myself, but I don't have the parts. And that one's been with me for a long time. I mean, I had that thing when I was like 16 or 17 when I lived in Connecticut. So I was in my late teens when I got my hands on that radio, and I've had it ever since. And I'm 53 now. I've had it for a little while. Had to see radio in a Cadillac. Damn. Don't see any of those. Yeah, the Boss Hog from the 𝙬𝙓 𝙘𝙓. Was it a convertible? With the Longhorn bolted to the hood? Tell you the truth, if I had a Cadillac, I probably would have done the same thing. Granny's Corner would like to ask everyone to hit the thumbs up, also watch a video and comment to the channel. Thank you, Granny's Corner. I mean, I do that on everybody else's channel. I don't know why I don't do it on my own. I don't get it. But thank you, I appreciate that. I appreciate the reminder. I imagine it would be. We'll listen to the truckers on the radio. Hey, y'all, I just seen Boss Hog. had to be awesome. But yeah, I've had that Washington for a long time, and everybody, like a lot of people, especially on the radio, on sideband, they're like, ew, why is it not a real president? Why is it not a real President Washington? I'm like, you know what? At the time when I bought this radio, President wasn't coming out with anything new. It was all Uniden and Cobra, which were made by the same people. I mean, it was the same stuff, basically. And I got a hold of this Washington bass because at the time, I was like 16 or 17, working at a dairy in Torrington, Connecticut, barely getting by. I mean, I had to ride to work with my brother because I didn't have my own car. I didn't have a whole lot of money to play with, and I wanted a 40-channel sideband bass. And that was the first one I found, so I bought it. Now later on after that, I bought a Cobra 2000 GTL, which I later ended up to somebody else, and I'm still kicking myself in the ass for ever getting rid of it. I never should have got rid of that $2,000, man. That was, oh man, that was a badass radio. I wish I had it back. I was stupid for getting rid of that thing. Because nowadays they're going for like $1,000. I'm like, come on, man. Really? For a damn 40-channel sideband bass station. You want $1,000? And there ain't no telling who's worked on it and what they did to it and what they messed up and all of this, you know. Ain't worth that. I don't even look at them no more. Yeah, Rubberneck, I probably would too. If I had a car like that, I'd probably drive it everywhere too, just to make people talk. Especially if you can hear them on the radio. You know, hey, yo, boss, I just got passed by Boss Hogg, headed southbound on so-and-so. That had to be cool. Hey, Sonal's in here. Hello, Sonal. How you doing, man? I am so far behind. I don't know how much more chat I got to go through. No way you can drop me off at school. You can't drop me off in that thing. Imagine the people making fun of you over there. Yak, yak, yak. That would be terrible. How did I get my handle hairball? Well, the hairball is actually a nickname that I've had since I got my head caught on fire when I was younger, and I went through a bunch of stuff for about a year, and then I never cut my hair after that. So by my late teens, I had long hair, but I didn't really take care of it that much, so it was all just flying everywhere. And I didn't care, you know, I was a teenager, I don't care. You know, a haircut? Nah, I don't need no haircut. I'm not cutting my hair because I had it all burned off at one time, and I look funny as hell bald. Y'all need to take my word for that. I look funny as hell bald. So I've had long hair ever since. So family and friends started calling me Hairball, and that stuck for years until my oldest brother, him and his wife had a daughter, and so that's where I got the uncle from. She calls me Uncle Hairball. Even to this day, she's 30 years old now and still calls Uncle Hairball. So that's where Uncle Hairball came from. But on the radio, technically my handle is Iron Man because that's the first song I learned how to play on the guitar when I was 9 years old. So I decided to go with Iron Man because that was a song back Black Sabbath, the first song that I learned how to play on the guitar from beginning to end with no mistakes. No, didn't skip anything, no mistakes, no fill-ins, nothing like that. It was actually played the whole thing from start to finish. That was the first complete song that I played on guitar when I was 9 years old. So my CB handle was Iron Man. And the 786 is from our phone number, our landline at time when I chose Iron Man as a handle. I also chose the 786 because that was the last 3 digits of our landline phone number. So that's how I got the 786 Iron Man, but that calls me Uncle Hairball. Time to get in the kitchen. I wonder how much more of this chat. I still got the down arrow thing and I'm steady scrolling through. Yeah, Ben Hurt, you love your 2K. I can imagine, man. I wish I had that one back. And it was just factory. There wasn't nothing special about it. It was just a stock 2K. And it was, I think if I would have had to choose one, I would say the best radio I ever had, including the ones I got now. I had that thing back, man. Hello, UDX-267. That's, what, Simple Man? Is that right? 267, is that Simple Man? I'm terrible with numbers and names, man. Hello, Raymond. How you doing, man? Thanks for coming in. .077. He's in South Carolina, down there by Charleston, but I can't never down there to him. I hear everybody talking to him, but I can't never get there. He's close to me, I guess. Another one I hear all the time and can't get to is Dallas, UDX-347 Dallas. Out there in Tennessee. I hear him all the time. I hear people talking back to him all the time, but I can't never get there. Need a booster power. I mean, yeah, I do have a little 2-pill on sideband. It's about 460 watts. On AM, I'm lucky to get like 185 out of it. But it's just, I mean, it ain't enough. I do have a better antenna sitting over here in a box that I would love to put up, but I can't do it by myself, and I have to have some kind of deterrent for the buzzards, because the woods behind me are full of buzzards, and this new antenna with the flat ground planes on it is going to make a perfect little roost for the buzzards. And if they land on them, they're just going to fold them down flat. You know, they're going to destroy this antenna. So I need to get me some kind of little fake owl decoy or something to put out there on the mast to discourage the buzzards from landing on the damn antenna. I got to figure something out. Yeah, 347's nationwide, but he's hard to get to. Because he's in, I think he's in Manchester, Tennessee, and I'm in Greenwood, South Carolina. So I'm like almost the next state over. So he's too close to me. Now, if he was out in Oregon or something like that, I could probably get him. But, I get Oregon all the time, California, Nevada. Colorado, Washington State. I'm all over the damn West Coast out there. I get all over the place. But Dallas is too close. 21 is too close. Mud Bucket is too close. Jet too close. Night Ranger's too close. I mean, all these people try to get contact with, they're all too close. I can't get them. Grizzly Warrior, hello Grizz, how you doing? Thanks for coming in. Northeast Alabama. See, I don't get Alabama a lot. I mean, every once in a great while, I'll get somebody just for a second, and then it goes away. But I don't get a lot of Alabama, Louisiana, Mississippi. You know, down there, I don't get a whole lot of that. I guess I don't know, too close or wrong direction or something. Now, early in the mornings, I get a lot of Trinidad. I get Colombia, South America. I get like southwest or southeast of me, north. I get a lot of Maine, New York State, Connecticut, Rhode Island, New Hampshire, Pennsylvania, all that kind of. But that's in the morning, like 5 or 5:30 in the morning. But then it only lasts for like 20, 30 minutes, and then everybody goes away. Skip starts rolling in. So. It's weird because, I mean, different days you get different directions and nothing changes on it. You know, your rig doesn't change. I'm using the same radio, the same mic, the same coax, the same antenna, the same box, everything the same. But day to day, I talk to different people in different directions because the conditions change, you know. There ain't nothing I can do about it. And I've been, I quit smoking a couple of years ago, but I do still smoke a pipe, like actual pipe tobacco. And I've been experimenting with rolling up the pipe tobacco in the little tubes with the filters on them, because they're more convenient than having a pipe, you know. Like if I'm outside working or whatever, I don't want to have to carry the pipe around with. But as far as the little tubes, the pipe tobacco, I took the lighter out of my truck to light those tubes with. And I plug it in. I don't know if I can move this or not. I plug it in right there in my power supply that's running that radio, but it's not plugged in right now because I have a cord plugged into my phone doing this. But anyway, that's the lighter out of my truck. When you plug it in, I was hoping when you plugged it in the eyes lit up, but I mean they're just little red plastic inserts, but it works. It does the job. You taking off, Rubberneck? Well, thanks for coming in. Good night. Toodaloo, go with God, and don't take any wooden nickels. I love George Carlin. He was my hero growing up. Thanks for coming by, Rubberneck, if you're still in there. But I mean, on a side note, I always read that name. Every time I see that name, even in Daisy's chat, every time I see that name, I read it as Rubbernecker. Like you're a Rubbernecker. I don't know why. Everybody else calls you Rubberneck, but I read it as Rubberneck. Pinned message. What's going on, man? CQDX. 𝙐𝙬𝙘𝙧𝙗𝙖𝙡𝙬 United Delta X-ray 786 around South Carolina standing by. And there's one tube too. Hey, one tube, how you doing, man? Thank you all for coming in. I didn't know anybody was gonna show, tell you the truth. Y'all might have notifications turned on or something.
Every time they set up a rocket, it made everything up.
Ouch. Tapping in from England. I've talked to England a couple of times during the fall, but I mean during the summer I can't get over there. But come the fall, like October and stuff, I'll be getting back over again. California.
Yeah, I don't know if it's coming back around for long though, but I know because they set up a damn rocket, it messes everything up.
That's what I was saying. With everybody coming in, they must have their notifications turned down, because otherwise they wouldn't have known I was doing this. You know, kind of a spur of the moment thing. I figured it could either be CB radio or just hanging out, or could turn into story time. I don't know. You know, I was hoping my big bro would come in here, but I haven't seen him yet. But I have a story about heroes. A story about something that happened to me when I was younger. I was about 12 or so. 12 or 13. And some bad things went down, and my big brother fixed it for me, you know. So, yeah, I mean, it's a pretty long story. But I know that I mentioned it to 𝙐𝙘𝙧𝙗𝙖𝙡 before, and she said she'd like to be there when I told the story. So I don't know if I'm going to do it tonight or not. I don't know. I might just do it anyway. I mean, there's always the replay, right? She can always watch the replay. I don't know who that is talking out of. �406 in California. 𝙐𝙬𝙘𝙧𝙗𝙖𝙡 United X-ray 786 around South Carolina standing by.
South Carolina. Sound good over here in California. 605 standing by.
605 out there in California. Got 786 in South Carolina. 786. Or not. Damn it. I am so damn aggravated with this radio. Ah. Sub to me from 𝙐𝙧𝙗𝙧. Yeah, that's got a lot of connections from 𝙐𝙧𝙗𝙧. I got a lot of people from 𝙐𝙧𝙗𝙧. Greenwood, South Carolina pickup truck. Bradley, South Carolina, waving. Damn it. Every time 605 keys up, I can't hear nothing. Ah. I need a beam. Yeah, you got Bradley out here, Bradley, South Carolina. I got 605 keying up on everybody. When he's talking, I can't hear nothing else. Roger, Roger, 0. I talked to you the other night, I think, over there on Hitching Post Road. I talked to you out here before. Oh yeah, the rain's no problem. It's the lightning that makes me nervous. I mean, every time I hear that rumble out there in the distance, I run out here and unhook my coax. Oh, you need a license over there? What, for like regular CB? Not ham radio? Or he was a ham. Need to be ham. Need to be licensed for ham radio. I got you. I got you. I always wanted to get my ham license, but I never did. And now I'm not so sure, you know. I don't know if I want to or not anymore. But years ago, like my teens and early 20s, I'm like, man, that must be badass. You could talk to anybody in the world on ham radio. But then I got researching it and looked into the licenses, and I mean, that's not even counting the license. That's more radios, more antennas, more coax, more this, more that. I just can't get into all that now. If I hit the lottery, yeah, maybe, but I can't do it right now. I've seen some of them guys. They got like a 200-foot tower with like 8 different damn antennas hanging off of this 200-foot tower with the little blinking light on top. I'm like, man, I can't do all that. There ain't no way I could do all that. If I had that money to spend, I would at least have a decent CB. Yeah, most of the hams got beams that you can turn. It's got a rotor on it that you can turn. You can turn the rotor from right there sitting at the radio. You can turn the rotor and aim the antenna wherever you want to aim it, depending on who you're talking to. I'd like to get one of them for my CB here. I'd like to get me at least like a little 3-element beam, but I mean, even those are like $300 and more, and then that's the power wire to run the rotor and all that, and the rotor itself, and it's just I can't do it. Expensive washing line, right? I mean, if you're gonna spin the thing around like that, you might as well hang your clothes on it. 21 SC, dirty diaper. How you doing, sir? Are you by a radio? What channel you on? There's Daisy May. I was just talking about you. How you doing, Daisy May? Good to see you in here. Love you, mean it. But I don't guess, hey, 21, I don't guess it would do any good for you to be by radio anyway, because, I mean, I hear you in there a lot. Sometimes I can barely pick you out, but I do hear you in there. But I know I ain't making it back there to you. So, that's all good. I mean, I just ain't got that juice. Bodegas. Bodega in here? Do I not have all messages selected? How do I do that? Damn it. How do I fix the chat? How do I put the damn all messages on the chat? Is Levon in here? I didn't see him. And I don't know how to fix the chat to all messages. I know Levon is Bodega, that's why I'm saying you said, hey, Bodega, but I ain't seen him in here. I'm missing some of the messages, and I don't know how to put it on, I don't know how to put the chat on all messages. Dang it. I hate this phone. I hate the mobile thing. That's why I like the PC. You can do anything you want on a PC. I'm alright, Daisy. I'm still a little sore from a few days ago, and then I took Mama to Lowe's and got her storm door and brought it over there and got it installed and everything. Got rained on in the process, but at least I got the door put in. My back's still hurting. Still got a headache, but it'll pass. I mean, it's nothing out of the ordinary. It'll go away eventually. Thank you for asking. Chat filter, bottom left, chat filter all messages. There it goes. Nice. Thank you, pen message. I got it now, thank you. Yeah, I did get the door done. Finally. But now she'll find something else to talk about. So it's the nature of the beast. It's always something. I mean, there's like a 4-page to-do list, and every time you do something, she'll put 4 other things on the same list, and it never ends. I get it. I mean, that's my mom, and I'm pretty much all she's got. I mean, I got 2 brothers, but one of them's disabled. He can't do a whole lot, and the other one pretty much just doesn't care. So I'm all she's got. But, so stuff got to be done. It's got to be done, right? I'm still not seeing Levon in there. Hello, Levon, Mr. Rainmaker, Hudson Valley, New York. I still don't know Levon's number, but I know his handle's Rainmaker, and I know he's in Hudson Valley, New York. I don't know his number. I know he's, what, SWL 5, I think? Hello, APK. How you doing? Thanks for coming in. Daisy May says I'm a good son. Well, at this point, I have to be because nobody else can do it. I mean, without me, Mama's got nothing. If I were to leave here and move somewhere else, I mean, if I was to move farther away, I mean, she'd be lost. She'd have to hire somebody to do all of this, everything that I do. I wouldn't do that to her. But right now, I'm close enough where if she needs something, I can run over there and do it, or go get her and take her shopping, all of this kind of thing. Yeah, Ben-Hur, I hear Dallas on the radio all the time on different channels. I can't get over there to him, but I hear him talking to other people all the time on the radio. He's still out there. I haven't seen him in the chats very much. Not since he put up that big ass beam and got, like you say, got worldwide. I mean, he ain't been in the chat much. That's like Coyote that comes into OTR most times. Everybody knows him in there as Joey. But I don't think most people know that his number is 118. I mean, I've talked to him on the radio a few times. He's really not that far from me. I mean, driving, he's probably about 30 minutes from me. Something like that. But he's hard to get on the radio unless it's late at night on sideband. I can get him sometimes, but other than that, he's too close to me. I can't get him on the radio. That high society, and he's one of the big dogs now, right? He ain't got time for us little people no more. It's all good though. At least he's out there. He's getting around, you know, making contacts, all of that. Once he got that beam put up, I hear him all the time. Even if I'm on the backside of his beam, I hear him talking to people all the time, all over the place. But I can't never get there. I can't get over there to him. I guess Tennessee is too close. How you doing, Chris? 187 Nova Scotia. Thanks for coming in, man. Good to see you in here. I wasn't sure what I was going to do, if it was going to be CB or story time. I guess I could do story time if y'all want me to do story time. There ain't a whole lot going on the radio. No habla español. I do speak a little bit of Spanish, like más tequila or uno más cerveza, por favor. Gracias. That's about it. Well, you guys want to hear the hero story? All right, let me turn this down. There ain't much going on anyway. So, the hero story. I got kind of curious about, you know, who people's heroes are. Who do you consider a hero in your life? And most people are like, my mom's my hero, my dad's my hero, things like that. For me, my oldest brother, see, I'm the youngest of three. My oldest brother is my hero. Because after, I mean, that's a whole other story. I got burnt from a stupid, like, freak accident. I got my head burnt when I was like 11. And that's a whole other animal. I'm not gonna get into all that. But my oldest brother. See, I usually tell people I got two big brothers. I got a big brother and a big brother. Because he's a big boy. I mean, he is now. He wasn't always that way. Anyway, my oldest brother's my hero because, well, a short part of that story is my parents were divorced when I was about 6 or 7, I think. I mean, I was too young to know what was going on, but I was bounced back and forth between South Carolina, Florida, Connecticut, Massachusetts, you know, go live with dad, go live with mom, go live with dad, go live with mom, go live with dad, bouncing back and forth. Now, this hero story happened when I was 12 or 13, I'm thinking 12, and I was living with my dad in Winsted, Connecticut, up in the northwest corner of Connecticut, a little shithole called Winsted. On the radio, we used to call it Whatnot, the little town of Whatnot, because there ain't a whole lot there. I mean, it's a hole in the ground. There's nothing there. But anyway, that's where I was born and raised, and was bounced back and forth. Ended up back up there, staying with my dad and his, at the time, wife, which would be my stepmother. But nobody knew that my stepmother had she had problems, you know. She worked at the town hall in the accounting department, basically writing out the paychecks for the cops. So naturally, all of the cops in town knew who we were and all of this, but nobody knew that she was a closet drunk and she was abusive to me and my other brother. My oldest brother, my hero, apparently he was too old and too big and too muscular. She didn't mess with him at all. She never messed with him. He, you know what, whatever, do your thing, go out with your friends, whatever, I don't care. Now me, on the other hand, being the youngest at 12 years old, I was apparently her target for whatever aggression that she wanted to get out. It ended up coming at me. Anyway, it got to the point one night where my dad was a drunk. For a long time, my dad was a drunk. He went to meetings, you know, like 3 times a week. He would go to AA meetings, one over here at the high school, one over there at this church, one over there at that church. This one happened to be a Wednesday night. So he was like 3 streets down and a couple of blocks over from where we lived. And we had the house that we lived in was a 2-story house, had a cellar downstairs, not a basement. It wasn't a finished basement, it was a cellar, like a root cellar. Bare stone walls, bare stone foundation, dirt floor. That's where the boiler was that ran the radiators through the whole house with fuel oil. That's what heated the house when we could afford the oil. Other than that, we kept the wood stove going during the winter. Anyway, yeah, broke, poor, fucking all that shit. Anyway, we had a crawl space down in the cellar. And that's where that crawl space was where I used to go to play with my Hot Wheels and stuff. I had Hot Wheels down there, I had Legos. I would just hang out in the crawl space. Off the edge of the cellar was a little like dugout spot underneath the kitchen. I would hang out in there and play with my Hot Wheels and Legos and all of this crap, digging around in the dirt, you know, like a kid playing with his toys, playing with his Hot Wheels. But this particular night, there was a one of the bulbs in the basement, one of the bulbs in the cellar went out, and it was dark, so I couldn't see in the crawl space. And my dad had one of them little clip-on drop light things clipped onto the floor joist below the kitchen that would light up the little crawl space. But it wasn't plugged in at the time. So I went upstairs and took an extension cord, like a little 6-foot household, little crappy Walmart extension cord, from behind the couch. There wasn't nothing plugged into it. It was just laying there behind the couch. So I borrowed it and took it downstairs and plugged in the little clip-on drop light so I could see to play with my Hot Wheels. Anyway, after, I don't know how long this cord was laying on the floor behind the couch. It was covered with dust and cat hair and everything. Nobody's used it in like years. Apparently, the stepmother went looking for that cord, and it wasn't there. She came downstairs, and I had the cord, and she lost her shit. I mean, just like somebody flipped a switch. She went from tolerable to the worst damn person walking the planet. Takes me upstairs, sits me down at the kitchen table, and tells me to put my hands on the table with my fingers spread out, laying flat on the table. She's like, now, if you move, I'm gonna do it again. If you cry, I'm gonna do it again. And she starts whipping me across my knuckles with this damn folded up extension cord. I mean, like, whack, full swing is, I mean, like, damn. And this bitch, I mean, I don't mean to talk bad about anybody, but she was built like a damn linebacker. I mean, like, hips as wide as a fucking pickup truck, shoulders like you've never seen before. I mean, she was huge. She was a big girl. She built like a brick shit house. And she's got this cord folded up, whacking this thing across my knuckles. And I'm sitting there, tears rolling down my face, trying not to cry, because I know she's going to keep going. If I make any noise, or if I try to move, or if I try to get away, she's going to keep going. And she's just whipping me across the knuckles with my hands laying flat on the table, whipping my damn knuckles with this extension cord. And I didn't know what to do, except I didn't know what to do other than just sit there and take it. So I sat there for I don't know how long. It's probably not as long as I thought it was. But anyway, to the hero part My oldest brother comes home with one of his friends and walks into the back door. Now, our back door off of the driveway came directly into the kitchen. So you walk in our back door, there's the stove. Across the room is the sink. Over here in the corner is the table and the refrigerator and a little pantry to the left. He comes in the back door, looks at her standing there with this extension cord in her hand, looks down at me crying, looks back at her, and he didn't say a word. He didn't say nothing. He just pulled back, and I saw his fist ball up. I saw him. He balled up his fist, and he looked her dead right straight in the eye and hauled off and just decked her ass as hard as he could right across the jaw. She fell backwards, put a dent in the kitchen sink, in the front of the sink. She dented the sink with her head and then fell to the floor unconscious. And I'm like, oh my God, what do I do now? And he looked at me, pointed at the back door, and said, go. That's all he said, just go. I jumped up and ran out the back door, down the back part of the driveway, alongside the barn that was a 2-car garage with a loft upstairs, down alongside it, up the trail through the woods, through a couple of other people's backyards, to the next street over, ran down that street and up the hill on the other side, went to my best friend's house because I didn't know where else to go. I had nowhere else to go. So I just ran. He looked at me and said, go. So I went. And I just hauled ass to my best friend's house. I didn't know where else to go. But come to find out, later on, well, in the meantime, while I was running after my biggest brother, my oldest brother, after he decked this piece of shit woman that called herself my stepmother, he decked her. She's laying on the floor unconscious. Meanwhile, my other brother was home, and I didn't know. My other brother was home, the one that's between me and my oldest brother. There's 3 of us. He was home, and I didn't know it. He was in his room reading a book or some shit like he always did. He was always closed up in his room reading books all the time. Well, me and my oldest brother were out playing football or running dirt bikes or whatever. My other brother was always in his room reading. So, he's hearing what's going on, and when he hears the stepmother fall back against the sink and then fall to the floor unconscious, he comes out to see what's going on. Meanwhile, my little ass is running out the back door, headed for my best friend's house, because I didn't know where else to go. I didn't know where to go except, to Ernie. Ernie was my best friend ever. We met in the 3rd grade, best friends ever since. That's a whole other story. Anyway, I take off out the back door. My other brother comes out and sees what's going on. He runs out the front door, down the street, a couple of blocks down, up over the hill, a couple of blocks over to the church where my dad is in an AA meeting at the time. And Dad had no clue what was going on. He had no inkling of what the hell was happening in his own house. He had no idea. So, my other brother, the middle brother, runs down the road to go get the old man. Says, what's her face is beating on so-and-so, and now she's unconscious on the floor. You got to come home. By the time he gets home, the cops are already there because the neighbors heard the shit going on. Cops are already there. She decides not to press charges. So my oldest brother got away without the assault and battery shit. None of that ever happened. And after, I mean, long story short, after that, once the old man figured out what was going on, she went her way. I mean, he told her, get your shit and get out. She went her way. After that, he couldn't keep up with the house by himself. So I ended up back down in South Carolina with Mom, and Dad ended up in a little hole-in-the-wall town called Downsville in New York, which I ended up there for a time too, but that's another story. But anyway, I mean, long story short, my hero is my oldest brother, because I was sitting there at the kitchen table with my hands splayed out flat on the table with my fingers spread apart, and she's whacking me across the knuckles with this damn extension cord. And the moment my oldest brother came in the door and didn't say anything, he looked at her, looked at me, looked back at her, and just hauled off and decked her ass. And I was like, yes! About damn time somebody stopped this bitch. But anyway, that's my hero story. My oldest brother is my hero, because he came home that night. He wasn't due home. He was supposed to be on a camping trip. But he came home and he never said why. He came home, walked in on that shit, saw what was going on, laid her ass out on the floor, and that was the last time anybody ever put a hand on me, other than like bar fights and shit. But that's something different. But that was the last time anybody put a hand on me, was that night, until he came in the back door and decked her ass, and I can still see her laying on the floor with her fucking tongue hanging out the side of her mouth, just knocked the hell out, completely unconscious, didn't know shit, just fucking BAM! And it was all over. So that's why my big brother, my big brother, is my hero. Because he was the one that put a stop to that. Because if he wouldn't have came home that night, I'm sure it would have continued. It would have kept going on and going on and going on. Because I was too young and scared to say anything to anybody. You know, I just took it, basically. I just damn dealt with it. Until my big bro come home that night and laid her ass out on the floor, and that was the end of that. Nobody's put a hand on me since. Thanks for coming by, 21. I'm glad you came in. It's good to see you in here, man. There's Levon. Hello, Mr. Rainmaker. Meanwhile, I've been standing here running my damn mouth, not even looking at the chat. What the hell's wrong with me? But anyway, that's my hero story. The night my big brother came home and decked my stepmother and stopped her from abusing me and just, I don't know why I was the target. Maybe because I was the youngest one. I don't know. I mean, my dad's done his share of not so nice things too. But once I hit puberty, the old man didn't mess with me no more, because I got bigger than he was. You're welcome, Chris. Thanks for coming in, man. I've been wanting to tell this story, and I know of at least one person that wanted to hear it, or was interested to hear it. I just couldn't figure out how to do it, so I quit trying to figure it out, and just, you know what? I'm gonna do a live and see who's on the CB. If there's nothing on the CB, I'll do a story time, you know. But if that person didn't catch it, there's always the replay, right? But I knew there was at least one person that was interested that told me, let me know if you're going to do that live and do the story. Let me know so I can catch it. Okay. But here it is. Or there it was, I guess. Ah. Dang it. My air's gone away again. I'll be right back with y'all. I don't know if you can hear me, but I'll be right back. I'm still right here. I gotta get something out of my bag here. Damn, there ain't much in there. Wait a minute. Maybe it'll do, maybe it won't. If it won't, I'll have to go in the house and do it in there. Dang it. Crap. Sorry, y'all. I'll be right with you. What the hell is that? Oh, that's what that is. Dang it. I need to put this over here. I was still best friends with the guy from 3rd grade up until January 17th of 2001. He went in the hospital for his 5th open heart surgery and he didn't make it home. And he told me before he went in the hospital, he's like, dude, this one don't feel right. This one don't feel right. I don't think I'm coming home. And I'm like, come on, man, you've been through this shit. His first heart surgery was when he was 1.5 years old. And he had 4 up until that 5th one in January of 2001. He's like, this one don't feel right. I don't think I'm coming home. And I was on the phone with him. I'm like, come on, man, you've been through this how many times? You've been through this shit before. You always come bouncing back. You're going to be fine. And he hemorrhaged on the operating table and they couldn't save him. He just bled out on the table. And he knew it. He knew it. He told me it didn't feel right. He knew he wasn't coming home. And I was like trying to reassure him, you know, you've done this before. You're fine. You'll be good. You'll be good. No big deal. Now he's gone. But I bumped into him. I mean, short story. If I want to add that story to the hero story, if I want to add Ernie, his name is Ernie, and he's the best friend I ever had. I mean, best friend. Call it best friend, soulmate. I mean, like peas and carrots, whatever you want to call it. That was me and him. We were always right there together, finishing each other's sentences, had the same sense of humor, everything. I mean, we were a perfect pair. You couldn't get no closer to somebody than that. But anyway, I met him in the 3rd grade, was in the cafeteria come walking across the cafeteria where we had the line. You know, you had to go up to the line and grab a tray, and you would pick what you wanted and slide the thing down to the end and pay your 35 cents or whatever it was for your lunch, because they charged the students for your lunch, so you always had to have change for your lunch. And if you wanted dessert, was another 35 cents. You could get an ice cream bar or a rocket pop or whatever. But I met him in the 3rd grade. When I got to the end of the line, paid for my lunch, I turned around and was walking over toward the table to sit down, and he was right behind me, and I didn't see him. So when I turned around, I bumped into him, and he dropped his tray on the floor. I'm like, well, crap. And I happened to have some extra change on me because I was planning on getting 2 desserts. I was going to get 2 ice cream sandwiches after I had my lunch, so I had to change for the lunch and 2 desserts. And I turned around, bumped into him. I'm like, man, I'm so sorry. Here. And I set my table down on the tray. I set my tray down on the table next to me. And I dug the change out of my pocket. I'm like, here, go get you another tray. He's like, okay, cool, thanks. And the dude come over and picked up the tray and swept up all the food and everything, you know, to throw it away. He went back to the line and got him another lunch that I paid him for, because I bumped into him, made him drop his tray, so I bought him another lunch. Meantime, by the time he gets to the end of the line, I already found a place to sit down, and there was me and one other person at a table that would hold like 12 people. There was me and one other dude at the table, and he was on the opposite corner all the way down the other end. And here comes Ernie with his tray, and he's looking around. And you know how people are in a school cafeteria. They're like, slide their tray over to take up room so you can't sit down. You know, no, you can't see it here. And I saw him looking around, and I waved at him. I'm like, I pointed to the seat across from me at the fucking table. I'm like, right here, man, come sit over here. And we started talking, and we're best friends ever since. From the day that I knocked his damn tray out of his hand in the 3rd grade, and we were best friends ever since. We did everything together. Went camping, fishing. I mean, we did everything together. Went everywhere together. Couldn't separate us, man. You couldn't pull us apart with pry bars. You couldn't do it. We were always together, doing the same shit at the same time, all the time. Hey, Mopar, how you doing, man? Good to see you in here. I'm sorry I'm not paying much attention to the chat. I'm like standing over here running my damn mouth. I do have some stories to tell. The thing is finding the audience for those stories. Some people like to hear stories, and other people are like, yeah, so what, big deal. We've all been there, done that. But anyway, my hero was my oldest brother. I don't know why I keep calling him my biggest brother. Well, technically he is my biggest brother, but my oldest brother is my hero. And kind of a little bonus thing was the best friend thing that I met in the 3rd grade. I mean, that was a short story, but yeah, I mean, I bumped into him in the cafeteria. He dropped his lunch. I bought him another lunch, and then he didn't have nowhere else to sit, so I told him to sit at my table. We started talking, and we're best friends from then on, until he passed in January 2001. That was the last time I went back to Connecticut. On a side note, I left Connecticut when I turned 18, shortly after my 18th birthday. I could not wait to get the hell out of Connecticut. I left Connecticut right after I turned 18 and never went back until January 17th of 2001, when Ernie passed, me and my oldest brother took his truck that he was driving at the time. Was an old F-100 with a straight six in it, old damn 6-cylinder, wore the hell out truck. But it got us to Connecticut for Ernie's funeral. And on the way home, come on now. On the way home, we put, I think it was like 8 gallons of antifreeze and like 17 quarts of oil in that damn truck to get us back home to South Carolina. And we pulled up in my big brother's driveway. He pulled up to the front of the house in the driveway. He had a concrete driveway. He pulled up to the front of the house and the truck stalled. Before he could reach up there and turn it off, it stalled. And the damn engine seized up and it never ran again. But it got us from here to Connecticut for 4 days and then back to South Carolina. And he pulled up in his driveway and that truck stalled and never ran again. It ended up going to the scrapyard. The motor just gave out. I'm like, well, at least it got us home. See, even now, talking about Ernie. I mean, he passed in 2001. That was 24 years ago. 24 damn years. And still, when I talk about him, I get a damn lump in my throat. Still, after 24 years. He was my boy. Anyway. Anyway, I'm sure I got other stories, but I don't know. I don't know if they're worth telling or which ones to tell. I have no idea. There was one where I was my very first roofing job ever. The very first roofing job I was on. I was 14 years old. Me and my dad were doing a roof on the kitchen of a local diner, which was a separate building from the actual diner. The actual diner was an old rail car parked on Main Street, called the 𝙐𝙘 Diner. It was an old rail car from the railroad days. And the kitchen where the guy did all of his cooking and prep and everything was a separate building out back. Well, the roof on that separate building out back was falling in, and the guy hired my dad and me. Well, he hired my dad, but I was there, 15-year-old kids, free labor. You know, I got kids. Hey, come help me with this. You know how it is. I never got paid for none of it. I mean, but it was experience at least, you know. I learned something. But anyway, we had to do this roof on the damn kitchen out behind the diner. And the guy didn't want to close the diner because he made stupid money. I mean, he was always packed 7 days a week. This place was packed. There was never anywhere to park, nowhere to sit down. He was just loaded 7 days a week, constantly cooking, making food. Everybody loved it. They came from all over the state to try out his food because everybody raved about the 𝙐𝙘 Diner. And his business cards actually said on it, I remember it, the business cards across the top said, "Nothing's finer than 𝙐𝙘 Diner." Silly, I know, but I mean, it was some damn good food. Anyway, we start working on this roof. We peeled the old shingles and stuff off, and we found out that there was water damage underneath. When we pulled the shingles up, there's water damage underneath that went through the sheathing into the rafters inside the building. So there was a few rafters that we had to replace to build it back up to put new sheathing on so we could nail down new shingles. The guy's like, well, I can't close. It says right on my front door, 24/7. I can't close. We're like, okay, cool. So pick a night when you want to figure out what you need to prep for the next day. Pick a night. Let me know which night it is. Go in there, do your prep, and then we'll cover everything with tarps, and then we'll peel the roof off, so we don't get no shingle grit or nails or none of that. Don't get no trash falling into food. So we covered everything up with tarps. He's like, okay, I'm good until late afternoon. You guys got like 6 hours to put a roof back on this building. We're like, oh shit, 6 hours. And this is like a I don't know, it must have been, I'm trying to remember it. It was a good sized building, and probably 24 by 36, 24 foot deep, 36 foot long, something like that. Might have been 24 by 40, I don't know. But it was a decent sized building. I'm like, shit, we got 6 hours to cut out these rotten trusses and rafters and replace them, and then put the sheathing, at least put the sheathing back so everything's covered where nothing will be getting into food. Dad's like, yeah, we got this. We got this, no problem. We got this. Yeah, we can do this. So we ended up putting tarps over everything. He had to turn the burners on the stoves down. He had to turn everything down to a simmer, barely a simmer. And then we covered everything with tarps, hoping the tarps wouldn't catch fire. We went back up on the roof, tore off all the shingles, the sheathing, cut out all the rotten rafters and stuff. Put the new rafters and built the trusses and all that, put all of that back. Put the new sheathing on it, which he went with the cheap stuff like the OSB, like 1/2 inch OSB. We nailed that shit down and laid the felt on it to dry it in, so even if it did rain, at least the rain would run off it and not be in the building, But we got the whole thing done in 6 hours. He's like, man, I'm impressed. I figured you guys would have been here overnight. And my dad's like, well, you told me 6 hours, so there it is. In 6 hours, we had the trusses replaced, the new sheathing put down, and the felt nailed down. Went back the next morning at like 4 o'clock in the damn morning. Me at 14 years old on a Saturday, my dad drags my ass out of bed at 4 o'clock in the morning. Come on, we got to go finish this roof. I'm like, oh. Couldn't stand it. But that was my first roofing experience, was redoing the damn roof on a kitchen at a local diner in the town where I lived. But I got so many damn stories, man. Including my grandfather. My grandfather was a crop duster years ago when I was a kid. My grandfather was a crop duster. He got caught in a storm one day. Was kind of late in the afternoon. He got caught in a storm and couldn't see real well, I guess, because it was raining. And he was headed home and misjudged where the power lines were and ended up crashing the plane. And this was like up in the damn mountains of Massachusetts. So nobody knew exactly where he was. But long story short, he ended up crashing the plane. His feet were pinned in the sheet metal under the pedals in the plane. 2 of his toes were stuck. and the plane was on fire because the fuel tanks were leaking. The plane was on fire. His foot was stuck, so he took out his pocket knife and cut off 2 of his toes to get out of the plane. And he rolled down a hill into the river and found a reed to breathe through in the river because the fire was all around the river and shit. And the river was too wide to get across. So he cut 2 of his toes off. He ends up laying in the river, breathing through a reed until the fire department gets there to put the fire out. And they found him in the river. And the knife that he cut his 2 toes off with was a Barlow pocket knife. And I still have that pocket knife. He gave it to me when I was 9 years old. He gave me that pocket knife, and I still have it. That was when I was 9 years old. I'm 53 now. He gave me that knife when I was 9, and I still have it. I got a bunch of crazy shit. I got a bunch of crazy stories. Had a lot of what you would call, I don't know, I guess not so normal things going on in my life. But I'm not complaining. I mean, it made me who I am, you know. Everybody's got to have a story, right? It's part of who you are. It's who you are and how you got to where you are now. I got a few of them, but I mean the main one I wanted to tell was the hero thing. But I was hoping Big Bro would show up in here, but I didn't see him. I guess he didn't make it. There's always the replay, I guess. I can send him a link and he can watch the replay. I ain't really worried about the views, but I just been on my mind a bit lately and wanted to kind of get rid of it to make room for something else, I guess. But I got so much going on, man. It ain't even funny. It ain't even funny. Anyway, everybody got something going on, right? Everybody's got something they got to deal with. Yeah, radio's dead. There ain't nothing out here.
Beam to beam, or how y'all got it working tonight? Yeah, again, Mexico come in on you over here. Mexico ought not to hurt me like that. I said, you at 33 beam to beam, or how y'all talking tonight? Yeah, 5 to him, Rifle. He said, you and 33 talking beam to beam, or what? Oh, when we talk it's beam to beam, yeah, I barely hear him on the ground plane. I can't hear sound good enough.
That's those guys that don't like me. Every time I break in there, I'll say break. They say go ahead break, and I'll say hey, how y'all doing? And then that one dude will say, all right, y'all, let's hit it. And then they'll disappear and go up like 5 or 6 channels or whatever. They'll just leave. I'm like hell. If you didn't want to talk, you could have said that. Shit. Anyway, I don't know. Hell, You missed the story. No, 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 don't tell me that. Dang. The only reason I did this thing was... Yeah, I guess it's alright. There's always the replay. I guess, but... I have to tell it again. Which one? I did like 3 of them. I mean... But you're talking about the hero story. The one that I talked to you about before. The hero story. Who's your hero? But my hero is my big brother. My oldest brother. I got 2 big brothers, but one of them I call Big Bro. The other one I call by his name. Yep, I'm the baby. I'm the youngest of 3. And a weird thing is, I'm the youngest of 3. My mom had 3 boys. The difference between the oldest and the next one is 2 years, and the difference between that one and me is 3 years. Now, my mom's got an older sister, my aunt, that had 3 girls. The oldest being a certain age, the next one being 2 years behind that, the youngest one being 3 years behind that. But they're all 2 years ahead of us. So my mom's got 3 boys, all spaced apart, and my aunt, her older sister, has 3 girls, all spaced apart the same way, but 2 years older. It's weird. Because Ma had 3 boys and her sister had 3 girls. And they're all 2 years apart. And they're all spaced apart the same. It was weird. I don't know. And as far as my cousins, my aunt's 3 girls, as far as my cousins, I get along best with the middle one. The oldest one, I mean, she could give a shit less about anybody, and it's the same thing. Anybody could give a shit less about her. I mean, she's all about money and cars and a nice house, all of this, you know. She got to have the best of everything. Material crap, which the other 2 don't care about, and I don't either. But it's weird that I'm the youngest and always got along best with the middle one. And the youngest one got along best with my oldest brother. But my oldest cousin out of those 3 never had time for any of us. I mean, she don't care. She's too busy, you know, building hot rods and stuff she can show off to everybody. Sister and an uncle the same age. Damn. How long have I been here? I don't know. The counter says 101 minutes. So, coming up on 2 hours here shortly. What's going on, Zed? Zed's place. You missed story time, Zed. And so did Daisy. She missed. The person I was talking about that I was going to tell that story ended up missing the damn story. Dang it. I've heard some weird stuff about things like that. Like dude got divorced and his teenage son broke up with his girlfriend, and the dad ended up going with the girlfriend and married her. So dude's ex-girlfriend ended up younger than him, ended up being his stepmom. I'm like, really? What the hell? What are people doing out here, man? I would have moved out. Hey, y'all have at it. I'm out of here. I'd have to go somewhere else. Well, I'm sure you'd rather talk to Philippine women than me, so it's all good. I get it. Ain't nothing but a thing, man. If you really want to hear it, there's always the replay, you know? See, that's the thing with my channel. I don't even have any mods. I have 0 mods. It's just me. And everybody's like, why don't you make me a mod? I'm like, nope. Don't even ask me that, and I ain't getting into this shit. Nope. Not doing it. I got a few in mind. I haven't decided on exactly who yet, you know, but I don't do a whole lot of lives, so that I don't guess it's really necessary. I mean, I'm not like a lot of them out there that do like some people I know. I won't point any fingers, but Daisy May does 3 a day. I don't know how you do it. I don't know how you keep up with all that. Oh my God, that would make my head hurt so bad. I would be exhausted trying to do that 3 times a day. Cowboy 357, what's going on, man? Good to see you in here. How you been? I ain't seen you in a bit. Ain't even seen you in OTR and stuff, man. I ain't seen you in a bit. Yep, Daisy's a machine. She got to be a machine to keep up with all that every day, man. I couldn't do it. And still, even with the like baking and then making cupcakes and brownies and stuff too at the same time, that man, no, I couldn't do it. There ain't no way I could do all that. What the cowboy? Hey, cowboy, you buy a radio? I'm by a radio. Kind of looks like that one right there. I hear you, man. Been busy. I got a lot going on too. I had a little while and was like kind of in between things. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna do a live real quick. You know, see what happens. And that was 106 minutes ago. Turn on the 2000. You know what you can do with that 2000? Dang it. I mean, you could send it to me if you wanted to. I had one years ago when I was a teenager, and I'm still kicking myself in the ass for ever getting rid of it. Stupid. I never should have got rid of that radio. Traded it for a guitar. And it was a really crappy guitar. You're welcome, Grizzly. I'm glad you came in here. It's good to see you over here. I think you're another one I got from Daisy May and that crowd over there that we connected through. I'm glad you came by. I'm gonna start doing if I can get a hold of this capture card thing that I want to get, so I can stream some of my video games and stuff, and I have to do it through a webcam pointed at the TV. I mean, it'll be an actual direct signal from the game console to the stream, and there'll also be audio and stuff, so I can talk at the same time I'm playing. If I can get a hold of that thing, I'm gonna start doing more streams. But playing video games, probably stuff like Dishonored and Grand Theft Auto and Skyrim and maybe some older PS2 stuff like Baldur's Gate, Dark Alliance, and Manhunt, and some older stuff like that. I'm not sure. I got to figure out what I want to do. Grizzly, I need to go back to your channel again, because I watched a couple of your shorts, but I need to go back there again and watch some more of the other stuff, because I mean, you got some, you do some things I'm interested in. I'll put it that way. I need to go back there and watch some more. Yeah, Cowboy, there ain't a whole lot out there on my end either. I mean, there's almost nothing. It was a little while ago, like, I don't know, a half hour or so. But, I mean, there's pretty much nothing now. Yeah, I think it's about dead. Probably done for tonight until about 9 o'clock or so, I think. I might get those boys up there around Anderson about 9 o'clock. That's probably about it. 16. Who's on 16? I don't ever hear nobody on 16. Well, you're welcome, Grizzly. I'm definitely going to go back and watch some more. Because you got some... I forget what the title was. I saw one of them that the title caught my eye, but I didn't watch it because I was on my way out the door. I had to go to town, and I didn't watch it. But it was something... it was tips about something or other that caught my eye, and I made a mental note, like, I need to come back here and watch that. I could do some more story time, I guess, but I mean, eventually I might run out of stories. I mean, I've had some, well, I do still have the fire story when I was talking about earlier during the hero story. A little while before that, when I got my head burnt, I mean, I do still have that story that I could tell, but that was like my own, that was my own personal 1.5 years of hell right there. I just went through. Oh my God, it was horrible. Stories for days. I got a few, I think. But I mean, I told the hero story, and, well, I told a short version of my grandfather crashing his crop duster plane and cutting his toes off, and I still have the knife. I still have the pocket knife that he cut his toes off with. But that was a short version. It's a hell of a story. I mentioned that to some people, and they're like, "Wait, your grandfather did what?" I'm like, he cut two of his toes off, and I still have the knife. He gave it to me when I was 9 years old, and I still use it. Actually, I whittle with it sometimes. I'll sit there and whittle like a little fox or a rabbit or something. I still use that same damn pocket knife that my grandfather cut two of his toes off with. People are like, wait, what? People can't believe that my grandfather was tough enough. I mean, he was a crop duster, like an old school crop duster, like dipping down below power lines and shit, dusting these people's fields. And he was tough enough where he got caught in some weather one time and crashed on the side of a mountain. And it took a little while for the fire department to get up there to him. And everything around him was on fire. The plane was on fire, so his foot was trapped by two of his toes. So he pulled out his pocket knife and cut those two toes off so he could get out of the burning plane. And then the woods and everything around him started on fire. So he crawled down into the damn river and was breathing through a reed sticking out of the water until the fire department got there, because it was too hot for him. You know, he didn't want to be there in the middle of the fire. So he laid down in the river and was breathing through a reed until the fire department got there and found him. He saw him. He saw him through the water. He saw him moving around and, you know, fighting the fire and junk. And he stuck his arm up out of the water and waved at him. And they're like, "Hey, he's over here." They took him to the hospital and sewed up his foot, and that was the end of that. Eating a little smoky. You know, that reminds, hey, seeing y'all eat them little smokies, that reminds me of the time that my granddad cut two of his toes off. Priceless. That's cool. Yeah, suggestions if you get lost in the woods. That was the one I was looking at, yeah. I just happened to notice it on my way out the door, and I'm like, yeah, I gotta come back and watch that one. That was the one. A little smoky. That's awesome. I'm gonna have to do that. Next time I see somebody eating a little smokies. You know what? That reminds me of the time my granddad cut two of his toes off. They'd be like, wait, what? Ew. I don't think I want these smokies no more. Oh, and I have this story too about how my club got started, that I'm a co-founder of. Me and my oldest brother are two out of four co-founders. That one of us isn't with us anymore. He passed away in 2015. Prostate cancer took him out, but at least he knew it was coming. He was ready for it. I will, Grizzly. I'll leave you a comment on it when I watch that one. But that's not going to be the only one I watch. I mean, I'm sure there's more over there I want to see. I kind of scanned through a little bit, you know, just looking at titles and stuff. Well, that was one that caught my eye. The thing for being lost in the woods. I mean, I've never been lost before. I think I'm the only one in my entire family that actually knows how to read a compass, so I can find my way where I need to go. You know, but there's not the rest of my family. They're not really outdoorsy types. You know, they're just like, "Where's my phone?" kind of thing. You know, I'm like, man, I haven't had an active phone in over 4 years, and I don't miss it. I mean, I'm filming this on my old phone, but I haven't had an active number in 4 years. And I can't say I miss it. But, I mean, I don't miss being tied to the damn thing, especially at work. Especially at work and after hours, the boss would call me, even on weekends. Like, my boss would text me. I actually still have the text. That he texted me at like 10:30 on a Saturday, and we don't work. We never did work weekends. We didn't do deliveries on weekends, and everybody knew that. But he had this one customer come in and say, "I need this today. I need this today," and it was like 10:30 in the morning, or like 10:45, something like that. He sends me a text. He's like, "Hey, what are you doing?" And I sent him back a text with a picture attached to it. The picture was my hand with a beer in it saying, "Nope." He's like, "Understood. Have a good weekend. I'll see you Monday." But he was like, "Hey," and I was like, "Nope." He's like, "Understood. See you Monday." How many people can get away with that with their boss, right? Well, like, we don't do weekends. We established that when you hired me. We don't do weekends. Well, yeah, you know. I mean, if it was a refrigerator, they could I don't know, borrow a cooler and get some ice and keep enough shit for the weekend. You know, keep enough stuff cold for the weekend. And I deliver the thing first thing Monday morning. But this was a washing machine he was talking about. I'm like, there's no emergency washing machine delivery. I mean, it can wait till Monday. There's no emergency washing machine delivery. I ain't doing that. Nope. I mean, if it was a fridge, I might understand it, you know, but like washing machine or lawnmower or something, nah. That shit can wait 2 days. Not that important. I mean, when was the last time you heard somebody say, "Oh, dang, I got to do an emergency load of laundry"? That, the hell out of here. Emergency laundry. Yeah, you got bigger problems. Might have to buy some more underwear instead of doing emergency laundry. But it was one of those out in I forget if it was Savannah Lakes or one of those. Hey, they're like these $500,000 houses, and people got 6 cars and in-ground pools, all of this shit. You know, big money houses. And I'm like, man, if this is so important to you, and you got this like $850,000 house and 4 cars in the yard and an in-ground pool and a housekeeper, a maid kind of thing, and a landscaper that comes over at least twice a week. Like, why are you shopping at friggin' Sears? I mean, come on now. That'd be like me pulling up into Walmart in a McLaren. Really? Well, you're driving a $250,000 car and you're shopping at Walmart? Yeah, man, just get out of here. Unless they spent all their money on the house and couldn't afford nothing else. I don't know. I don't know their story. That's the thing. I mean, you see people all the time and you don't know what the hell they're going through or gone through before, or you don't know their story unless you talk to them. But nobody talks to each other anymore. Alright, y'all, knock it off, will you? Dropping the damn acorns on my roof. Getting on my nerves. Damn squirrels. Actually, I'm glad there's a lot of rabbits and squirrels around here, because if things go down and there ain't no more grocery stores, at least I got something to eat, Indiana Chris, what you doing, man? How's it going? Good to see you in here. 𝙐𝙬𝙘𝙧-786. That's another one I've yet to get on the radio yet, but I don't get a whole lot of Indiana. Right. That's exactly what I'm saying. I mean, if you're doing like 50 grand worth of work on these people's house, and you happen to see them open the cupboard or something, and they're like great value 4-pound bag of sugar in the cabinet. Really? Got $1 million house and you're eating store brand shit? Really? I don't know how long I'm going to keep doing this for. I mean, I don't know if y'all got other things to do or what. I got nowhere to be. Yeah, that might be how the rich stay rich. I mean, they got everything that people see, everything on the surface is high dollar. But they're wearing Kmart underwear and eating Food Lion fucking cornflakes and shit, I used to shop at Bilo a lot when we used to have a Bilo before they all closed up, because every week they had different things that were 10 for 10. You like ravioli, you could get cans of ravioli 10 for 10. You get 10 of them for $10. I'm like, shit, $1 a piece, I'll take that. But they had different things pretty much every other week. They'd have a different 10 for 10, and I'd go buy up a bunch of cheap stuff, quantity over quality, I guess. I hear you, Zed. If I had one, I might not be either. Either that or she'd be here with me. I don't know. Air fryers. I hate air fryers, man. They are so blown out of proportion. Everybody makes a huge deal. Oh my God, you got to get an air fryer. They're amazing. It ain't nothing but a little miniature convection oven. I mean, it's not really a big deal. It's just a tiny little convection oven. That's it. And a lot of them just burn everything. Like if you do French fries in there, the edges of the fries get burnt, and the damn inside's still all chewy and junk. It's just no. I don't need an air fryer. I'll throw my shit in the oven. I don't even have a microwave. I refuse to have a microwave. I don't want one in my damn house. I cook all of my stuff on the stove. You ain't you ain't right for that, cowboy. You walk in the door. We having tuna melts for dinner? No, I haven't started dinner yet. Wait a minute. Yeah, the old school toaster oven with the little rotary knob, and when it got down to, with the timer, when the timer got down to 0, it had that little bell inside. It went ding, and that was it. Your shit's done. Come and get it. I actually have one of those. That's where I make my toast and shit in. But if I'm gonna do like a grilled cheese, I'll do it actually in a frying pan on the stove. But as far as like garlic bread or toast or something, I'll throw it in the toaster oven. That's good enough. And I've had that toaster oven for a long time. Shit, got to be at least 25 years. And that's still going, still kicking. Was Grizzly taking off? I missed that part. Thanks for coming in, Grizzly, if you're still in there. I missed the part where you said you were leaving. I'm sorry. I didn't catch it. Take care, Grizzly. I'm definitely gonna go by there and check out some more of your videos. I'll leave comments, even if it's a thumbs up or a heart or something. I'll leave something. I'll let you know I was there. UDX-357. That was what? Wait. Don't tell me. San Jose, right? I think. I've heard you out there a couple of times, but I think we might have made contact once. I'm not sure. I think I remember talking to you on the radio one time, but I'm not exactly positive about that. I hear you out there sometimes, though, hollering at other people, but I can't never get there. Taking off, Indiana Chris. Thanks for coming in, man. Good to see you in here. I know I don't do a whole lot of lives, but when I do them, I appreciate people showing up, you know. Yeah, I'm thinking it was at least once, but wasn't exactly sure about it. Take it easy, Chris, man. Maybe I can get you on the radio one day. If I can get this new antenna put up, I might be able to get to Indiana. I'm just trying to figure out how to do it myself and trying to figure out how to keep the buzzards from landing on the damn ground planes on the radials. So I get one of these big ass buzzards out here lands on one of them radials, it's just gonna fold up and be pointed at the ground. You know. I have to get me a little decoy owl or something. I don't know. Scare them off. Take it easy, Chris. Have a good one, man. I'm glad you came by. Fried thunder chicken. Ain't no lightning hitting my antenna. I am the lightning. I am not in danger, Skylar. I am the danger. Well, that's the thing. I can't turn the juice up enough because I don't have that much juice, man. I only got this little 2 pill. That's all I got. Man. And it just ain't enough. I mean, I do okay with it if conditions are right, but I mean, I got no locals around here. The closest ones to me is a couple of guys up there by Anderson. That's like an hour and a half away from me. I get them sometimes early in the morning and late at night. But other than that, I mean, all I got is Skip. I don't have any locals. Man. And it kind of sucks because when I was a teenager in Connecticut, I mean, I had at least a dozen locals that I talked to every day. We were on the radio every day. And we all got along. There was no drama, no arguments, nothing like that. Everybody got along. We all talked to each other, and we ranged in age from like 14 to 85. I mean, that was a huge age range, but everybody got along. We just hung out on the radio on Channel 14, talking on the fucking radio, or the gosh darn radio. Those were the days, I guess. But now I'm out here, right out in the sticks, south of Greenwood, South Carolina, and there ain't nobody out here got a damn radio. There's a guy about 30 or 35 minutes from me on the lower end of Lake Greenwood, but he's not on much anymore. I talked to him a few times before, but he's not on much anymore. I ain't heard from him in a long time. Right, right. Yeah, I mean, there's people around you, but I mean, it depends on, you know, like these guys in Anderson that are on early in the morning. I hear them out there all the time, and I've talked to them several times before, like for a few minutes at a time. I've talked to them, but the last couple times I got in there, I just, I come out here and they're already in the middle of talking to each other, and I'll break, and they'll be like, "Go ahead, break." I'm like, "Hey, how y'all doing this morning?" They're like, "Hey, 786," and that's about it. They'll say morning, and then that one dude will key up and say, "All right, y'all, let's hit it," and then they'll all disappear. There ain't nobody else on the damn channel. Nobody says nothing, and I'll go flipping around the band. There might be 4 or 5 channels above or below where they were. I'm like, damn, y'all didn't have to run from me. Just tell me it's a damn private hangout or whatever, and I'll go away. I'll leave you to it. You know, I don't want to intrude or break in on somebody's conversation or nothing like that. But that one dude says, "All right, y'all, let's hit it," and they'll all go to another channel, which tells me that they got the shit planned ahead of time. That everybody knew what channel to go to. But it's whatever, man. I don't know. That'd be alright. Ain't nothing but a thing. Ouch. Damn it. Fire in the hole. Ain't that a weird looking thing? And it's weird because it opens up this way, and then 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 this way. Weird shit. Yeah, they got their own little group, like their own little clique, you know, that they've known each other for years, you know, like that, and I guess they don't want the new guy butting in. So, I mean, it's cool, I get it, but there are other people out there too that are like, I mean, there's guys on another channel, 31, I think it is, early in the mornings, like 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning. They're out there and like, hey, I ain't heard you out here in a while. How you been? You know, they're friendly like that. You know, they don't mind me coming in, joining in on the conversation and shit. But these other guys are like, they just disappeared and went to another channel. Didn't say shit. That one dude was like, all right, y'all, let's hit it. And they all disappeared. I'm like, all right, whatever. I ain't going to hunt you down. I'm not going to chase after you just to have a conversation, you know. If you want to keep to yourselves, all you had to do was say so. I ain't going to butt in like that. But well, there's this one guy, he's up there by Anderson somewhere, I think. They call him Big Hoss. Everybody on the radio calls him Big Hoss. And he's like 92 years old and still talking on the radio. Every morning before breakfast, he'll get on the radio for a little while. And he's like, all right, I'm going to go eat my breakfast. I'm going to go eat my Honey Nut Cheerios. Then I'm going to take my walk. And he goes for a walk every morning. 92 years old. And he's still going out there, takes a walk up and down the street, comes back to the house, you know. I'm like, more power to you, man. I'm not gonna see 92. There ain't no way I'm gonna make it to fucking 92. Not happening. But I'm cool with that, you know. I don't want to be here forever. I know there's a time coming, and I know when the time comes, I got to go, and I ain't really worried about it. I mean, it happens to everybody. There ain't no getting around it. Ain't no sense in sitting there fretting over it. It's gonna happen. Doesn't matter what you do, it's gonna happen. So, I mean, people die every day, right? Natural part of life. Yeah, 92 would be a damn miracle for me. I'll be lucky to see 82. Hell, I might be lucky to see 72 the way I'm going. Shit. That ain't but another... 72 is another 19 years. But either way, like, I don't care. When I'm done, I'm done. I really don't care. It's gonna happen. There ain't no stopping it. There ain't no sense in sitting here thinking about it, fretting over it. It doesn't do any good. It's gonna happen no matter what you do. So, it's inevitable. Can't stop it. I mean, I look at it like this. The more years I got with my big brother and my family, my niece, the more years the better, but and at the same time, I'm good with whatever comes, you know. I know I'm not going to be here forever. I don't want to be here forever. I know it's coming eventually, but I'm cool with it. You know, I really don't care. I know it's going to happen eventually. all I can do is cherish the time I have with my family and my niece and what couple of friends I got left. I mean, other than that, what else can you do? I'll even sit outside sometimes, even when it's raining or something. I'll sit out on my front deck and just look around the property. You know, I'll just look over here, look over there, look over here. You know, that tree, I remember when that tree was just a little bitty sapling, and now look at it. It's a huge, damn, monstrous fucking oak tree. And I'll just sit out here looking at things and appreciating things, and I'll see a rabbit run across the yard. And I'll think to myself, you know what? I'm glad I saw that little rabbit run across the yard. You know, it's a good thing. It's just one of them little things that, you know, things you kind of appreciate. But, I mean, that doesn't change. Like, eventually, everybody's going to die. Everybody does. There's no getting around this shit. You know it's coming. I mean, you got to know it's coming because it happens to everybody. It has happened to everybody in the history of fucking mankind and creature kind. You know, even back to dinosaurs or mammoths or Neanderthals or whatever. Everything dies. Everything dies. There's no getting around that. Might as well just face it and don't even worry about it. It's going to happen eventually. The trick is getting all your shit in order and making amends and that kind of thing. The trick is doing all of that before it happens. Anyway, I mean, I don't mean to be depressing. A lot of people get depressed about talking about that kind of thing. Not my intention. No, you can't outsmart Father Time. Can't outrun him either. He will catch you eventually. You can try your best. You can try your best with diet and exercise and, I mean, eat right, exercise, go to the gym, and die anyway. Why? I mean, you're not changing anything. You're just working your ass off, trying to prolong the inevitable. It's going to happen anyway. I mean, I'm comfortable. I might not be the skinniest or the most fit person in the world, but I'm comfortable. I mean, I'm happy with what I got here. I ain't worried about going to the gym 3 times a week and all this shit. It just doesn't make any sense. Spend all that time and money and effort for what? Where does it get you in the long run? Where does it get you? Yeah, you're still going to be in the same damn spot. When the time comes, you're still going to be in the same damn spot. Doesn't mean anything. I mean, yeah, I could stand to drop about 45 pounds, but I'm cool like I am. If I can get back to work, that 45 pounds will go away pretty quick. If my back will let me work. I don't know. I'm pretty good with what I got right here. Truth bombs, there you go. That's pretty much what they are, truth bombs, because nobody talks about shit like this, man. Nobody talks about anything like that. Because they're uncomfortable with it. I'm like, why are you uncomfortable with it? I mean, it's completely natural. It's going to happen no matter if you talk about it or not. It's going to happen. Eventually, it's going to happen. You might as well just accept it, deal with it, talk about it, plan for it if you can. And, I mean, why try to hide from it? You're not helping anything by hiding from it, not talking about it. That just makes shit worse, if anything, because then your family's not prepared. You know, like all of a sudden, oh shit, mom's gone. What do we do now? I ain't like that. I mean, we got plans, man. We got shit put in motion. We got plans on plans on plans, and shit's all detailed and worked out, and we're ready, man. We're fucking ready. Oh, Daisy May's back. No more F-bombs. No more F-bombs. Can't be cussing in here when Daisy's around. Can't. Nope. Don't be doing that. It's not nice. I'm sorry. I mean, man, if I was to let loose, especially if I got mad about something, if I was to let loose, I could make a sailor blush with the language that comes out of my mouth. I mean, I am not. Oh, man, I am. When I get mad, I am not a pleasant person to be around. Right, straighten up. Tighten up, y'all. Mama's home. Tighten up, y'all. Mama's home. What second channel? Who's second channel? I think I actually said that in one of Daisy May's. Oh, okay. Pinned message. So Bieber's. What is that? Audits? Bieber audit is pinned message, second channel. Okay, cool. But I think I actually said that one time when Share Bear come into Daisy May's chat. I forget if it was Tea Time or one of the other ones. But Share Bear come in there, and Sonal started the whole thing. He got me calling her sheriff. So I call her sheriff. And I think I actually did it one time. I said, y'all tighten up, the sheriff's in town, or something like that. But Eagle Neck Audits. No, I don't know that one. And that's Daisy May with that. But when Sonal brought up her being the sheriff, and I started calling her sheriff, I actually have one of my role playing characters that I use a lot. Is I based him. He's a gunslinger. I based him off of a Louis L'Amour novel. His name is 𝙐𝙬𝙘, and he's a gunslinger, and he's got like the handlebar mustache and the flat fedora cowboy hat, the gunslinger hat, and the leather duster, and 6 guns on both hips. That's one of my characters that I use when I role play with different groups of people. And that's what I have in my head is that character. When I tip my hat and nod, morning sheriff, that's the character that I have in my head doing that, tipping his hat, nodding at her, morning sheriff. I do a lot of role playing. I got a bunch of different characters, and some of them are westerns, some of them are fantasy like D&D, some of them are sci-fi like space pirates with spaceships and stuff like that. I do a lot of role playing. I got a bunch of different characters. and I can put my head into each one depending on what I'm doing, what the situation calls for. I can automatically switch to whatever character I need, and I'm just that character playing a role, you know. I have a channel on my own server, my own Discord server. That I have a channel on my server that's called Roleplay, and it's strictly roleplay. If you want to talk about anything else, keep it in the general chat. But if you want to roleplay, come into the roleplay channel. And it might be Western, it might be sci-fi, it might be fantasy, it might be like post-apocalyptic kind of thing. It could be anything, but it's just role play. You can be any character you want. You can do whatever you want. You can play however you want. That's why they call it role playing. It's not actually you. You're playing a role like an actor, you know. But it's all text-based role play. There ain't a whole lot of people into that anymore. Like there's only on my Discord server, there's only me and one other person in there anymore. That's it. Just me and one other person. Now see, when I talk to my friends, you talking about a southern accent. When I talk to my friends up north in like Massachusetts, Connecticut, they're like, man, you sound like a heck. But people around here where I live in South Carolina, they're like, you ain't from around here, are you? I mean, I guess I gotta... No, there ain't no dressing, man. That's just typing. Telling a story. Playing a character, telling a story. Any Stephen King fans out there? If you're a hardcore Stephen King fan, and if you've ever read the Dark Tower series of books, my Western character is a cross between Roland of Gilead, who was a gunslinger, and 𝙐𝙘𝙘 from one of the Louis L'Amour novels. I like kind of combine different traits of the two of them, and that's when I play a Western, when I do a Western role play, that's my character. He's a gunslinger. Oh hell, look what I just found. That's my niece. Long time ago. She's 30 now. She turned 30 September of last year. So she's fixing to be 31. Damn it, man. Where are the years going? Yeah, Louis L'Amour did a lot of books with the Sacketts. He did like a whole series of Sacketts. Well, yeah, there's weirdos everywhere, not just on the internet. I mean, you run across them in real life too. Like one of the truck drivers when I worked at Sears. Another quick story. When I worked at Sears, I was doing deliveries, and some of my other stuff I had to do was unload the incoming trucks and store everything in the warehouse and on the floor in the store. You know, if we got pallets of tools and stuff, we had to hang the 3/8 ratchets, hang the 1/4 inch ratchets, hang the 1/2 inch ratchets, hang the wrenches on all the little hooks on the pegboard and shit like that. But we got a truck in one time, and my boss happened to be there that day, and he was in the back parking lot where the trucks back up to the loading dock. He happened to be out there doing something, and the driver gets out of the truck and walks up there to the loading dock and hands my boss the paperwork. And my boss is like, he's like, man, I was trying so hard not to laugh. I was trying so hard not to laugh. He comes in the back room. He's like, you guys got to see this. Truck's here. You guys got to see this. We go out there to the truck, expecting, you know, like a couple of pallets dumped over or something wrong with the load that we had to clean up or fix or whatever. We go out there and look, and the driver that got out of the truck to hand my boss the paperwork is standing there by the loading dock. And he's like my height, probably 5'10", 5'11", maybe. And he's standing there by the loading dock, flipping through the paperwork. And you know it's a guy. I mean, hairy ass legs. He's wearing like denim cargo shorts or whatever. Hairy ass legs, wearing flip flops because he doesn't like wearing shoes when he drives. He's wearing flip flops. The hairiest legs you ever seen. Big old muscles. He's wearing a muscle shirt with big old biceps and stuff hanging out. Got the most beautiful pair of artificial breasts you've ever seen in your life. I mean, they were perfect. And I was just like, wait, what? And I don't know what the deal was. He might have been like mid transition or something. I don't know. But I mean, you could see the stubble on his face and kind of the bushy hair and the big thick eyebrows and hairy legs and all that. But man, he was wearing a muscle shirt. But I mean, man, he was about to bust out of that muscle shirt. I ain't never seen no boobs like that. And Pat was my boss. He was trying not to laugh. He's like, man, you guys got to see this. You got to see this. Come on back. You got to see this. Truck's here. You got to see this. And I went out there and I was like, I wasn't laughing or nothing. I was just like, okay. And I took the paperwork from the driver and signed it. You know, I counted the stuff on the truck. I'm like, yeah, we got this and this and this and this. We're good. I signed it, handed him back the paperwork. He went back and got in the truck. We unloaded the trailer and closed it back up and put the seal on it, and on his way he went. You know, that caught me for a second. I'm like, hey, what? And then I was like, okay, so he's got tets. All right. I signed the paperwork and unloaded the trailer. But boss was making a big deal out of it. And I'm like, man, you never been to California, have you? I've seen some things that are like beyond that, but I don't, you know, I don't dwell on it or nothing. I mean, if that's your thing, go for it. You know, whatever blows your hair back. You know, if it makes you happy, do it. Ain't got shit to do with me or my opinion. The hell was that? Something just landed on my roof, and whatever it was big. Probably a damn possum fell out of a tree or something. I don't know. I'm a dealer. My pronouns are this and that. What you need, man? What you need? What you need, man? Oh man, don't talk about Daisy being using a voice changer. That would like destroy my whole world, man. Don't do that. I leave her streams going at night just so I can listen to her voice while I'm sleeping. I know that's kind of creepy, I guess, but I'm sorry. We got it this way. At least it's views, right? I swear to God, I could listen to her read a dictionary or a phone book or something like that. You know, I could just sit there for hours listening to her read the damn dictionary, and I'm cool with that. It's just like, I don't know how to explain it. It's just like soothing doesn't even do it justice. I mean, the word soothing, it doesn't. It ain't enough. Yeah, I play a lot of her streams at night, the replays at night. If I miss like tea time or the Scrabble or whatever, if I miss it during the day, I'll fire it up at night when I go to bed and let it play. It's views, right? Sonal the kid's in the house. What's going on, man? How you doing, Sonal? Good to see you in here, man. I'm glad you came by. She's like, Mom. Don't you come in this house with those muddy shoes? Exactly. Exactly. Don't you come into my chat with that profanity. Like I said earlier, y'all tighten up, Mom's home. I do what I want. Like a Rage Against the Machine, right? Bump you, I won't do what you tell me. Tuna melts and Cheetos. I had smoked pork chops and French fries for supper. I had the little thin cut smoked pork chops and French fries. Homemade French fries. I mean, like actually cut up potatoes and throw them in the basket in the deep fryer. Made my own damn French fries. Man, they're good. They're good. Well, that's what kids are for, Daisy. They always do the opposite of what you want them to. Fart machines? Yeah, you can talk about anything you want, man. I mean, I don't need a fart machine. I am a fart machine. Especially after I eat tacos or burritos with refried beans in them, man. Oh my God, that shit tears me up. Taking off, cowboy. Well, I'm glad you came in, man. Good to see you in here. I understand you being busy and all that. It's good to see you in here. I ain't heard from you in a while. I'm glad you came by, man. Chat just went to farts. Yeah, somebody one time tried to tell me that emoji was chocolate ice cream. I'm like, no, that ain't chocolate ice cream. That's a pile of shit. Well, that's what it looks like. Yeah, hopefully sooner than later, man. Take it easy, man. I'm glad you came by. It's good to see you in here. It's a Hershey, Hershey kiss. It ain't the kind of Hershey kiss I want. I mean, Hershey kisses don't have layers in it like that, you know. Oh yeah, I did say no profanity, didn't I? Well, I mean, that I might let the occasional thing slip, but I try to control it more on other people's channels, especially yours and Daisy's. But I mean, you know, like I tell everybody else, my house, my rules, right? If the occasional cuss word slips out, I'm sorry. I'm trying to behave, but I'm trying to behave, but it doesn't always work, especially if I get to talking about something I'm passionate about. Yeah, you know, I can't help it. It just happens. Yeah, that's right. You worked in a factory with, yeah, yeah. So I'm not gonna say anything you haven't heard before. So I'm pretty sure there's nothing that's gonna come out of my mouth that you haven't heard before. But I try not to, like, especially on your channel during your tea time and all that. I, I'm actually consciously thinking about what I'm typing, and I check it before I hit enter to make sure, you know, I don't want to bring that on your channel. But I mean, in here, I might let something slip. But on other people's channels, I try to behave. Well, like I told you, and I told Sonal too about the thing he had going on his channel. I'm like, dude, your house, your rules. If if people can't go by the rules, they don't need to be in there. You know what I mean? I mean, it's your house. You wouldn't come up into somebody else's house and just start talking shit about. I mean, talking junk about. Gosh darn it! You wouldn't come into somebody else's house and start talking smack about them. You know, being disrespectful, stuff like that. You wouldn't have it in real life. You don't need it on your channel either. I do too, Zed. I do too, and not just Daisy's channel. I mean, all over the place. That I'm like, man, there's so many times I just wanna jump in there and say, hey, man, what's the deal? Why are you doing this? You know, and I can't. You know, it's not appropriate. Not my house. I mean, I can mod. You know, if somebody just starts talking a bunch of shit that's inappropriate, that's just completely wrong for that channel, yeah, I'll boot them. But I mean, I can't get in there and speak my mind like I want to, is what I'm saying. I imagine being an EMT, you probably heard some stuff and seen some stuff that not a lot of people know that goes on, you know. Aw, here comes the love. Can you feel the love? She is awesome. She's amazing. She's good people. I don't care who you are. She's good people. I don't care what you say. She's good people. She's so sweet. She's so sweet. She gives me a toothache every time. I mean, you would give me a toothache. If I had any teeth left, you would give me a toothache. So. Oh, shucks. That was the thing, like the goofy laugh that I put in the chat the other day. The gosh. That was my thing. I was trying to do the goofy laugh garsh thing, but it didn't. I guess I didn't spell it right or something. It was supposed to be a garsh. Boy, that's a damn fine sounding radio, I tell you what. Hank Hill, Assistant Manager, Strickland Propane. I sell propane and propane accessories. Well, here comes the rain again. Somebody been listening to Toto. They blessed the rains down in Africa because it's raining on my damn shack right now. Dang it. Or, sorry, it's raining on my gosh darn shack right now. Dang it, Bobby. I used to be able to do Woody Woodpecker, but I can't anymore. My voice just won't do it anymore. I don't know why. Toto was Dorothy's dog, but it was also the name of a band that did a song called Africa. That I know that song because I had to sing it in chorus when I was in grade school, and I hated it. See, back then when I was singing in the chorus, I was a soprano, but nowadays I'm not a soprano anymore. I just can't. I can't hit them high notes. I can't do it. Oh, Tattoo. Boss, they playing. They're playing. I forget what the dude's real name was, but the character's name was Tattoo. He played on Fantasy Island. They're playing, boss. They're playing. Like, dude didn't know the plane was coming. I think he was I don't know what you call it, a representation or whatever. He was like, he was supposed to be the devil. I mean, he'd make everybody's fantasies come true, but for a price. You know, it never worked out like they thought it would. I think he was supposed to be a effigy or something of the devil. He was supposed to be the devil. Super Uncle Hairball. I actually do have a Superman shirt, like the old school Superman, the blue shirt with the red and yellow and black outline Superman emblem on the front. Before DC Comics got a hold of it, I mean, that was the old school Superman emblem. I remember the movies back in the day; they were pretty good, except for Superman 4. That was, I mean, that was the biggest piece of that was the biggest piece of awful they ever made as far as Superman goes. But and Christopher Reeve actually said that himself. He actually apologized during an interview. He apologized for Superman 4. It was that bad. I mean, the star said it was that bad. He apologized for it. Ouch. Dang it. Owie. Come on with the damn cramp. Ow. Oh. Mm. Son of a bitch. Ow. Oh. Damn cramp under my rib cage again. Oh. Come on, let go of me. Oh. Uh, I hate it when that happens. Um, I got a problem. I need to run in the house for about 5 minutes, maybe. And my problem is, I don't know if you guys want to hang out or if I should end the stream. Yeah, I'm good. I just got a cramp under my rib cage. I get them once in a while. It's like a really tight cramp under the bottom of my rib cage, and my air's kind of going away. So I'm thinking about going in the house and hitting my nebulizer for a minute, but I should be like, I don't know, 4 or 5 minutes maybe. But I didn't know if you guys wanted to hang out. I mean, I can come back. I ain't gonna be gone but a few minutes. I can leave the CB running, but for whatever's out there, I don't know. But I got this stupid cramp under my rib cage. Oh man, I've been out here too long. I don't have my flashlight. Ha 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 ha. Now I gotta figure out how to make my way back in the house in the pitch black. 'Cause there ain't no lights out here. Shit. I mean, gosh darn it. And I don't have a flashlight out here. Yeah, anyway. I'll figure it out. If you guys want to hang out, I'll be back in just a couple of minutes. Maybe like 3, 4, or 5 minutes. Shouldn't be long. I've done messed around out here long enough now. It's dark, so I'm gonna have to feel my way to the front door. Okay, so we're hanging out. So I'm gonna run in the house for a couple of minutes. I'll try to make it quick. I'll be back in just a couple of minutes. Love you, mean it. All right. I'll be right back. Don't go away. Get off. Okie doke, I'm back. Sorry about that. Had to run in the house for a minute. Yeah, they do need to make them fun. Like put like Scooby-Doo or Bugs Bunny or some shit on them. Like the little kids' diapers, they got cartoon characters on them. They need to make them fun, you know. Don't ever lose your childhood, man. Anything that makes you laugh or makes you feel good, don't lose that because you're gonna need it later. Can't take life too seriously, man. You'll never get out of it alive. Uh, Little cramp went away. I had to pretty much feel my way to the front door because I don't have any security light or anything out here. I got a motion light that comes on, but you got to be like a quarter of the way up the steps before the light comes on. And there's no street lights or nothing out here. I mean, it's pitch damn black. I was pretty much guessing where the stairs were. Couldn't see nothing. Just to make people laugh. You know what? I always wanted to go to Missouri. I always wanted to do like a tour of Missouri, like see St. Louis and all that, and I just want to tour Missouri, but I want to do it wearing a T-shirt that says "Go ahead, show me," because it's the show me state. I want to wear a T-shirt that says "Go ahead, show me," and just see what happens if I go to Missouri wearing a shirt that says "Go ahead, show me." I don't know who that is. He doesn't sound familiar. I don't think I've heard him in there before. Might be one of those boys over there in Edgefield. I don't know. And here come the friggin' hiccups. Damn it. I just got rid of that stupid cramp. Don't start this crap again. Dang it. I feel like Mick Jagger in the damn Rolling Stones. Well, the jagged is getting old. Yeah, I know. Don't quit your day job, right? No, Sonal's not a big baby, but every once in a while there's one on 38 lower channel 38 lower sideband that plays a recording of the most annoying baby crying that you ever heard in your life. I mean, this thing is obnoxious. And he keeps playing it on a loop for hours and hours and hours. Like all day, half the night, he'll just keep doing it. And it's the most obnoxious baby crying sound you've ever heard in your life. Oh my God, it gets on my nerves like a cheese grater on a blackboard. Like if you were to take a cheese grater and run it down the side of a chalkboard, that's what the shit does to my nerves. I'm awake. Break.
Go, go.
How y'all doing out there tonight?
And we hanging in there.
Well, that's all you can do, ain't it? Just hang in there.
That's it. Enjoying this cooler weather.
Oh yeah, definitely enjoying the cooler weather. At least it ain't 98 out here.
Yeah, I'm loving that 68, 69 all the way.
69, nice. Sorry. Ouch. Damn it. I think I could probably shut this fan off. Maybe. I'll go ahead and kill it and see what happens. If I get hot, I get hot.
Yeah, I heard a little Roger beat.
Roger beat. Roger.
Yeah, you got audio.
Yeah, he definitely got audio. Ain't got signal for shit, but he got audio. Oh, sorry. There I go cussing again. Sorry, Sonal.
KK, 220 Rifleman, South Carolina, waving right back.
220 what? South Carolina? 220. I didn't catch where he said he was. Dang it. Anyway. So I don't know if anybody was missing me in the Discord, but I was gone for like probably pretty much a day because my internet went out again at like was like 1 o'clock day before yesterday, and I got it back like almost 7 last night. So I ain't done a whole lot in the Discord.
Renegade.
I've done a couple of things in there that I went back and deleted after a couple of minutes. But I just don't. I gotta keep a tighter rein on what I put in there. You know, for the crowd that it is, there's stuff that I don't need to be putting in there.
I figured it would. Alright. It was kind of slick, you know, but it wasn't really all that tore up.
I mean, I got my own server where pretty much anything goes, but there's only me and one other person in there anymore. There ain't nobody else can get in there anymore, and I kind of like it that way. You know, that's like our space, kind of. And it's easier for me than email, rather than send an email, wait for a reply to that one, wait for a reply, and then I ain't gotta screw it all that. I just put what I want to put in Discord, and They'll answer when they answer, and I'll answer back, and that's about it.
Sam was like quicksand. You ain't got a lot of water in it right now.
Yeah, I was there for all that. I was kind of lurking through the whole shit, but I saw it. I mean, there is a thing, if you have to have your phone on for work, you know, if you're on call or whatever, you can, like I do at night, I turn the notifications off so while I'm sleeping at night, it's not constantly going ba-doop, 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 ba-doop. I turn the shit off. When I get up in the morning, I turn the notifications back on. So if I'm on the computer, I'll hear the ba-doop. You know, I mean, I don't know. But that whole thing did kind of got pretty hot pretty quick, you know. But anyway, it happened. It's done. It's all over with, you know. But I don't want to be digging shit up that don't want to be dug up. You know what I mean? There I go cussing again. Damn it. I mean, gosh darn it. I'll show you guys. I'll show you guys how dedicated I am to my CB radio out here in the shack during the wintertime when it's cold outside. I actually have my own coffee maker. I'll bring the coffee and junk out from in the house and make me a pot of coffee out here. And this little thing here will keep that shit hot for like 4.5 hours. It'll still be hot enough where you can't drink it right away. I mean, you still pour a cup and it's too hot to drink. You got to let it sit for a few minutes. There's my battery charger maintainer that is keeping that battery built up. That's the deep cycle car battery, an Optima yellow top, that's running that box, the little 2-pill box for that radio. And that is the power supply that's running that radio. And the battery and the maintainer over there is running my little 2-pill box. That's pretty much my setup. Other than I can't really point that way, but over there somewhere is my SWR watt meter that tells me what my SWRs are and what my output power is. And I keep an eye on that pretty much every time I key up. So if something changes with the antenna or the coax or anything, that meter will tell me, because it won't be acting the same, and I'll know something's up so I can diagnose it and fix it. But anyway. There's nothing on the radio. State of Maine, United Delta X-ray 786, South Carolina, waving a hand.
want to let everybody know I'm still kicking and waving a hand.
Yeah, he can't hear me. Damn it, I need to get this other antenna put up. But I can't do it by myself. Ah. Daisy's ears were burning. Somebody's talking about me. I forget how that saying goes. There was a saying years ago that if your ears are ringing if somebody's talking about you. And there was, if it was your right ear or your left ear, it was good or bad, but I forget which ear is good and which ear is bad. I don't know. I don't remember.
No pain, no struggle, but doing a fine job. But now, on that foot deal, I told you you quit playing with that big girl, you wouldn't be feeling so bad. We sent all them big girls to Purple Fox and all the other guys that are come on. No, I don't know about that. Uncle Jesse might have found her in the backyard somewhere. Uh-oh. Oh, is that what he's doing?
What the heck? Hey, Rubberneck, welcome back.
Like an old dog in heat, right?
I'm still reading that name in my head as Rubbernecker for some reason. But everybody calls you Rubberneck, but I still read it in my head as Rubbernecker.
I know it. Yes, you seen this pool table, didn't you? Yeah, you seen them stains on that green rug? Yeah. You know where that come from? That's where he threw that big girl up there. Perfect. We got to pick on you a little bit, Q-Ball.
I can't find a color on this thing that looks good on camera. That one, I guess that one ain't bad. That one's too dark. Purple. Man, not a fan of purple.
I told you quit trying to kick that girl in the rear end.
These guys are a trip.
Lord have mercy, boy. Well, I'm gonna let y'all carry on.
That's something that gives me a headache as nail polish. I can't stand the smell of it. It gives me a headache. It makes my eyes burn. I can't stand it. Yep, fumes, like noxious fumes. I mean, I'm serious. It actually gives me a headache. I can't be in the same room with somebody painting their nails. It gives me a headache. My eyes burn, and my nose burns. I can't do it. I can't be around it.
Oh, yeah, you doing fine over here.
207 minutes. Man. So 240 would be what? 4 hours? I have not been out here going on 4 hours. Well, yeah, I guess I have because now it's dark out. So. I don't mess with any kind of nails. The only kind of nails I mess with are like ones that you hit with a hammer. That's the kind of nails I do. Hey, look, a microphone. This one here is the stock mic that came with that radio. That's the factory mic that came with it. It does okay. I mean, for a stock mic, it ain't bad. This is the one I'm using now. That's got echo and noise reduction and echo volume, echo time, delay time, talk back, power output. It's a power mic. It's supposed to take a 9-volt battery, but I got a power supply hooked to it. I got a little plug-in thing, so I don't have to put 9-volt batteries in it. I don't have to keep feeding it batteries. I just got it plugged in.
I don't want to run that much cable to an antenna. That's I mean, yeah, it's
Come on now.
but that's still a lot of volts going down that
There it goes. Another mic, power mic. Desk mic also takes batteries. Got power output, little slider thing. Adjustable head, you can aim it to up and down wherever you want it. I had that actually. Earlier I was talking about the Cobra 2000 I had when I was a teenager. This is the mic that came with that radio. I still have the mic, but I don't have the radio anymore. Dang it. This is another handheld power mic. Turner Road King. Takes a battery in the back. Battery goes in the back. Got the little power adjustment thing up here on the top. Turn it up and down. Pretty good mic. Had that one forever too. And I got a Paradynamics, another power mic. Good for sideband. Also takes a battery in the back. That one's decent. That's the volume thing. You can turn it up and down. I got another one that's another Turner desk mic, super sidekick. Got the volume up and down. Battery goes in the bottom. Got a little lock bar if you want to lock the thing to keep talking without holding the button down. Decent mic. I got that one from my aunt that sent me that mic and a 𝙐𝙬 23 channel base station CB that she had that mic paired to, that she used to talk on when I was a kid. And she was living in Dillon, South Carolina, and talking to New Haven, Connecticut, like the guy was a local. I mean, she always talked to the same guy all the time, the Big Bopper in New Haven. She talked to him all the time, and she sent me that mic and that radio for my 16th birthday. That was my 16th birthday present. Was that radio and that mic, and I still have them both, and they both still work. And I'm not about to get rid of them. Then I got my crown jewel that needs some work. I need to do some work to this one to fix it. My D104 Silver Eagle. That is one badass microphone right there. She's cutting in and out though. There's something going on inside I need to fix. Again. That's the best mic I got, that D104. It's really loud, but it's not distorted. It's still clear, but it's really loud. I need to fix it so I can hook it back to this radio. Actually, I need to hook it back to that 𝙐𝙣𝙘 Washington. To get that thing back on the air, I'll be doing something. Alright, wait, what's going on? I'm sitting over here running my mouth. I'm missing out on the chat. What happened? Are you crashing out, Daisy? We'll see. I'll probably be there for tea time in the morning if you're doing it. You have a good night. Get some rest. Hopefully you get a little more rest than I usually do. Good night, Daisy. Have a good one. Good night, Daisy, and a manly voice. Good night, Daisy. Good night, Dad. Take care, Daisy. Thank you for coming by. I appreciate you coming in. Love you, mean it. Sounded just like who? Sounded like who? Ouch. Damn it. I know that's right. Yeah, Lord. Sono's back. Alright, what the hell is going on my roof out here? I think it sounds like something's up there crawling across my roof. Probably a damn possum or something.
Jerry brother, we said hello, Jamie, and keep it straight down there.
I don't know where I put the damn tea bags. Yeah, dude. Which, no. What am I doing? Dang it. Oh, I know where it is. It's over there where I can't get to it. Man, I got some cleaning up and organizing to do out here. But it's been so freaking hot lately, I ain't wanted to mess with it. Now we got some cooler days coming. I might be out here organizing and rearranging and trying to get some things done.
Yeah, I heard him. Talk to him. I wrote that down. Southeast Massachusetts. I heard him. I didn't quite get his numbers, but I heard 𝙐𝙗𝙘𝙡 make a trip back to him.
What the hell?
Yeah, I just get windies every now and then when I talk. Sometimes, shift the verse like this and about the cough.
Yeah, and all these people telling me to drink more water. Like, I'll mention something like I got a headache or my back hurts, something like that. People will tell me drink more water. This is my water bottle. That's a half a gallon. I drink like 3 or 4 of these a day. I feel like I'm drowning myself. I mean, how much more water do I need? You taking off, Rubberneck? Have a good night. It's good to see you in here. Thanks for coming by. Well, have a good night. We'll probably see you in Daisy's, either the tea time or the Scrabble one or the crossword one or something. If you're gonna picture that, I mean, good luck sleeping, right? I'll see y'all later. I appreciate you coming in. I'm gonna try to do more of these live things, but if I can figure out what I want to do. If I can get my hands on that capture card, I'll be doing some video game stuff. Problem is the thing's like $35 and I need another monitor to run it on. I do have an old TV, but it's really small. Well, good night, you guys. I guess I can get out of here too. Someone was like, Zed, come on, man. I don't know, man. I don't know if you Photoshop somebody and post it. There's been lawsuits made out of less than that. I guess I'm gonna get out of here too. If y'all are taking off, I did it. There ain't a whole lot going on in the CB. I kind of did the story time thing. But I guess I can get out of here too. I'll go in the house and hell, I might fire up Skyrim for a few hours. I don't know. But y'all take it easy and have a good night and day and whichever. I appreciate you coming by. I mean, that's no shit. I appreciate y'all coming by. I wasn't expecting anybody to show. I was hoping my big bro would come in here, but I sent him the link to it and he didn't show. So I guess we'll have to deal with the replay. It'd be alright. He probably fell asleep. Anyway. I guess we're done here. Y'all have a good one. Thanks for coming by. Don't forget to spank that like button on your way out. I mean, spank it like a bag of potting soil at Lowe's. Like, what? But thanks, you guys. We'll do it again, or I'll see you in Daisy's chat or the Discord or somewhere. I'll see you guys around. Thanks for coming in. Anybody else watching, thanks for watching. Drop a like, drop a comment. You know how this whole thing works. You know, I mean, we've all been here before, ain't we? Y'all have a good one.